Aristotle's critique of Plato idealism. Can you please let me know? Can you? According to Gramsci, hegemony is primarily based on the organization of consent. Comment. It's a 20-word question. Will you be able to write this? I repeat, according to Gramsci, hegemony is primarily based on the organization of consent. In your range? I think yes. We have discussed these things. This was asked in 2019, last year itself. Let's see something more. Critically examine. It's a 20-word question, 20-mark question. Critically examine Hannah Arendt's conceptual triad of labor, work, and action. This we have done in last class. Can you critically examine Hannah Arendt's conceptual triad of labor, work, and action? See, just check your notes if you have written it or not. I think you have. Contemporary relevance of Marxism. Oh, I was to send you something on this. We have written it. We have written it. No. Please, Sarath, please check this. We have done this. Her labor, work, and action thing we have done. Of course, we have done this. And contemporary relevance of Marxism. I want to add few more points that we have covered in the class. I'll send you a model answer of this contemporary relevance. I have written it. I'll share it with you. And let us. This was all in 2019 from Western Political Thoughts. Now moving on with one more year. 18 ka dekhte hain. Yes. I'm discussing previous year questions just for a few more minutes. Then I'll come to the banality of evil. I have the 10 year, right? And then I'll move to our today's module. Previous year questions are important. At times they are being repeated, and I'm not saying that these questions will come again. No, but it assures us that our preparation is going on the right track. When you see these things and when you kind of feel like that you can answer these things, that's what my intention here is. Now, one more thing. John Stuart Mill is a reluctant Democrat. 10 marks. Critically examine the neoliberal theory of state. 20 marks. John Locke is the father of liberalism. 20 marks. Of course, I have taught these things. And yes, you have to revise. How else will you answer? Of course, you have to revise everything. Critically examine Machiavelli's views on religion and politics. No, that is left. I have left it. We'll cover it in Portelia. But Machiavelli's views on religion and politics, we have seen in detail. So these were asked in 2018. Let us see 17 also. And then we'll start with it. Today's module. Everywhere inequality is the cause of revolution. Aristotle. 15 marks. We can do this. Nothing else from. They have asked a lot of questions from Indian political thought in 17, and just one question from. No, there is one more. Hobbesian notion of political obligation. You have covered this as well. See, that's where the mistake happens. I have just nothing to discourage you about, but how to go about it. Because we have already seen these things. And see, you need to revise the notes again and again. Apart from notes, that we'll do. That of course we will do. That I'll have a separate class for question and answer. Nothing, you just take this previous year, or you can go to the take without answers. Just the questions, okay? In Delhi, it is sold in both English and Hindi. It's bilingual. I think there it will be only in English. So take without answers. The answers are absolutely crap written by these publishers. Don't take that. Anyone, or you can go to the UPSC site and download the original question answer software. Or there are so many portals where you can find these questions. Whatever suits you, you can open it online, you can order it, whatever suits you, you can do that. You are comfortable with a soft copy. Okay, UGC notes are good, no doubt. Even IGNO notes are good. And even our notes are good. So do not refer to multiple sources. Of course, there are some selective reading that we have to do from different sources, but I'm just for the time being covering it. You have also been provided with some PDF files along with that, the PPTs that I'm making and the notes that we are writing often. So there are 2 to 3 sources that we are already referring to. Everything, whatever you have seen it from IGNO notes are good, UGC notes are good. So we have inculcated everything in our notes. There is no such trend, okay, that they will ask more of Indian and less of Western, or they will vice versa. Do not even try to form a trend. Okay, there is nothing like that. Your syllabus does not say, your syllabus does not assign weight to any thinker or any part of the syllabus. So do not be under such impression that they will ask this more and less of that. Even if there is a pattern, it can be at best 2 to 3 years, which will be very deceptive for any one of us to follow it. So do not do these things. These things are very, very counterproductive. You have to prepare everything and expect from everything, question from everything. This is how ideally the preparation should be. No, there is no trend. Come on. Yeah, unpredictable Public Services Commission, someone wrote. There is no trend. See, will you experiment on yourself? Man sent dog to space, Laika. Man did not go. Experiments are not done on oneself. Okay, can cost you a year, so don't. Read everything. What's wrong in that? Let them ask where they ask from. Else, what is the purpose of all these video lectures and everything? So that our course and everything is completed on time. No selective studies for UPSC, even in your general studies. Not so in optional. Okay, one last thing was left in our Hannah Arendt banality of evil. Please, I'm not opening these slides today. However, I have sent you the slides. So you want to note it down, or I can just explain it like that. It will take 10 minutes either ways. Please tell me. Okay, take out your pen and paper. Okay, fair enough. Now the thing is called, which they have asked in your exam 2 to 3 times, I guess. Banality of evil. He actually wrote a book, Ickman in Jerusalem. This book was written in 1963. Now he is the main architect of Holocaust. He was the one who was executing everything. So post, Second World War, Ickman was arrested in Argentina and then brought to Israel. Okay, this guy was the main architect behind Hitler's Holocaust. Holocaust was killing of Jews by Hitler during Second World War. So this guy was the one who was executing everything, the killings of Jews. They were taken to all this. You must have been knowing about it. Concentration camps. So there he was the one doing everything. Now he was caught in Argentina, brought to Israel for trial. So his trial was done in Israel. A judicial trial was done. Now, Madam writes a book, Hannah Madam, Ickman in Jerusalem, and she didn't blame Ickman. Now, imagine she was a Jew and she is not blaming Ickman. Why? Because of banality of evil. She's saying that heinous crimes are committed even by normal people. Okay, it's not like he's a psychopath, so he should be killed and he should be blamed for everything. She's saying that done even by psychopaths. Okay, it's done even by normal people. And what is banal? Like banality, it's kind of normalization. Okay, she's saying that we are seeing normalization of evil, and because of this normalization of evil, people do not kind of regret doing it. People actually are not at all because they are thinking in such a way, they are kind of you can say programmed to think in a way that they do not regret it anyhow. Okay, so that's why Ickman is having no regret, and let us not blame Ickman. Okay, so it's actually normalization of evil. It is actually normalization of evil, what she is pointing towards. That these people have been normalized. The Jews were kind of killing of Jews was kind of normalized. So let's not blame Ickman. He did nothing. He did no wrong. He was devoid of any critical or rational thinking. That's why such things happen. Okay, that's why such things happen. Let us not blame him. This is her point. Now, what there is something else that she thinks. Just a moment. See, it's already in your notes. So even if you have skipped what I just scribed, there is not much issue. But what I'm writing right now, this you can note down. She's saying that this you can note down because this was not in the slide. So please, you can note it down. She's saying that all of you can see the board and what I'm writing. Okay, it wasn't the presence of hatreds towards Jews, but absence of imaginative capacity, okay, on the part of Ickman. Okay, see how she's sounding like an apologist here. It's nothing but apology. Man, that led him to do whatever he did, led him to such crime because of absence of imaginative capacity. This is what he says, that he of course refers to Ickman. He failed to kind of exercise his capacity to think what is right, what is wrong, whether I should kill Jews or not, or whether I should show some sympathy towards them. That is what led to the committing of such crime. Capacity to think and internal dialogue, your own contemplation. Internal dialogue is, you talk to yourself whether I'm doing this right, talking with your conscience. Okay, he didn't apply reasoning, what is right. Okay, that's why he did all these things. and it's the society which doesn't promote critical reasoning because you are supposed to act in a certain way. So she will blame society for ignorance. You are supposed to obey certain norms. You are supposed to follow the authority. That is why evil becomes banal. Banal matlab, isn't she sounding like an American version of Arundhati Roy? Hmm? I hope you have heard this weird woman. Have you? यही सब बोलती है ना? She has become irrelevant now. I'm happy. She is having all the she keeps writing in some foreign magazine or they don't know how they get such is their ecosystem. They keep peddling lie openly that Indian state has failed its minorities, the Dalits, and the corporates are doing everything. The government is hand in glove with the corporate. Supreme Court has been compromised. Every institution has been compromised, and India is actually a prison. These things she keeps saying, and again, this sounds very similar. That evil has become normal, and now you understand why Hannah's book are selling after Trump has been elected because people who were opposed to Trump could never digest the fact that someone who is not like them. Trump has his own share of absurdities, but that does not deny the fact that he's a democratically elected leader with majority in the oldest modern democracy. So now they will quote her that evil has become banal. Okay, because we have lost. That's why Hannah Arendt is right. Okay, evil has become banal. Ordinary people are participating in it. It is of course evil. Okay, I can rub this part, upper wala part I can rub. Okay, so she's saying that people are society does not promote critical reasoning, which means if you criticize anything, if you try to reason out, then you will be silenced, you will be asked to shut down. Okay, so because of such blindness, because people do not exercise their thinking capacities, that's why at times they cannot differentiate between what's right and what's wrong. Okay, evil becomes banal. Evil does not look like an evil. Okay, understood it. And you know the reason why her books are selling after Trump's victory in US, because this is how they are explaining it. How can someone like Donald Trump defeat someone like Hillary Clinton, who was backed by all the entire elites of US? That's not criticism. I'll give the criticism. First, you understood it. It's not criticism. I'm just explained it. So people are worrying that how could someone like Trump win? And you know, Stanford professors, the professors of Stanford universities, such well-read, articulate, and scholar people, they said that there is a 99% chance that she will win. And what happened? Entire world knows. So how do they explain this? They explain because of Hannah Arendt's banality of evil. That people are so used to bad things that it's not looking like a bad thing anymore. Evil is not like an evil, kind of faceless. So they don't know what they have done by electing Donald Trump. Okay. Now, one last thing that we need to do. You can write. There is something. Change the para and write. Her take on modernity. She will criticize it too. Modernity. She says that it begins with atomic explosion, the Second World War in Hiroshima, and now no scientist has been able to prove that apart from radiations, these bombs also carried modernity with them. But then she is saying it. Why? Because modernity killed humanity. This is what she is implying from atomic bomb analogy. Modernity has destroyed the humans, destroyed the human condition. Modernity emphasizes modernity kind of just a minute. Some sound is on. Huh. Emphasizes on economic aspects and neglects political aspects of life. So you are not concerned whether there is a Narendra Modi or a Donald Trump because you are so much engrossed into economic aspect that you have neglected these things. These things do not matter to you. That's why modernity has contributed to rise of banality of evil. Okay, there is no room for deliberative democracy. Like everything has become so everything has become what? Everything has become so mechanized, bureaucratic. Okay, state is everywhere. That's why she's saying that there is no room. It's only in theory. Okay, that is what this is how she connects modernity with her rise of banality of evil. So that's the point that she has conveyed to all of us, and she remains unique. And also, her kind of the thing that she has said is not easy for everyone to digest. I think we all have her reasons. So if there is no deliberative democracy, and if properly now you asked about critique, that's the critique. You can derive the criticism. Have you noted it? Just let me know. And now try saying this to an Israeli whose some or the other generation has been a part of Holocaust. That Eric was of Hitler was not responsible. Society was responsible. Okay, so of course they will be outraged. That what are you saying? She is drawing a distinction between power and violence. We have already seen that. So people will not understand this, that no, because of society, because society was kind of not society was such that it blamed Jews, and that's why inhuman actions were done. Okay, you know what she calls Ickman? She calls him a thoughtless bureaucrat. That he's a thoughtless bureaucrat. Why are you blaming him? That's what she says. Not a monster. If we take these things at face value, then it will be very tough. It will be very, very tough to segregate what is wrong and what is right. Okay, she is often branded as unsympathetic to Holocaust survivors, and this is despite being a Jew. It's not like she is some having some arc rivalry with the kind of Jews. She was a born Jew, and then she's saying such things. Okay, that's what people criticize her about. Of course, her legacy, if you follow her, then it can lead to elitism. It is elitism that popularly elected leaders can be undermined because you are following what you call banality of evil, right? Did you understand this or not? That if a leader has been elected democratically, why? Because society. Please understand this. Please understand. Okay, leave your pen and paper. Leave your pen and paper. Just look at me. A certain leader has been elected democratically, right? Now, a certain section does not like that leader. A certain section does not like that leader for whatever reasons. What would she say? According to banality of evil, that society has normalized the evil. Society did not apply critical reasoning. Society did not contemplate, did not engage in self dialogue, did not reason it out. That's why such monstrous people have been chosen to lead countries like India and USA and maybe UK and maybe Israel, anyone. So if you go by banality of evil, she is saying that there is no deliberative democracy. But applying her theory would undermine the very essence of democracy. I mean, isn't it a sort of elitism to say that all those who voted for a Narendra Modi or those who voted for a Donald Trump are idiots, and they are the repository of entire wisdom? People who criticize them day in and out are the repository of entire wisdom, and majority of the people are foolish. Now you understood what is the problem with her banality of evil. I mean, who decides who is right and who is wrong? Democracy does not give you option to call majority as idiot, because yeah, I have heard from many people, many big teachers in Delhi, what they advise the students: just memorize Hannah, do not try to understand her. They say that please memorize Hannah, do not try to understand her. You cannot understand her. But no, I will never ask you to memorize anything without understanding. I mean, what is there to be understood here? What is so complicated to be understood here? It's just a thought. See, it's like any other thought. Banality of evil. Evil has been normalized because people in society did not think over it. And taking cue from this very thought process, taking cue from her books, people are hypercritical of Donald Trump in USA. They quote Hannah Arendt and they keep saying that she was very right about banality of evil. You see, Trump, being such an idiot, has been such a grotesque creature, has been elected by the people. He is not suave. He's not having such mannerism. He says he's rude with people. He cracks lame jokes, but he has been elected. Why? Because such behavior has been banal, normalized. Is it all right? They can say the same thing for Indian PM Modi ji. Are you understanding now that why such people won, who according to their critics were evils? Because evil has been banal. Why? Because people did not think. Those who criticize Trump, what do they call him? They call him insensitive, racist, male chauvinist. Okay, this is what they call him. Someone who is not concerned about world peace, someone who is not having enough mannerisms. Correct. And people who criticize Narendra Modi, what do they call him? He's a communal leader. He's not secular. He cares only for the capitalist. Yes, actually, Sarath. Yes, you have summed it well. That I told you in the. Let me read your full sentence. So the party section of people which could not get into power will call those in power evil. Quoting Hannah reminds, yes, this is something like sour grapes. Exactly. No, her books are selling like bestsellers now. She wrote such books in 1960s, Eric Man in Jerusalem, and her theory of banality of evil. And now they are buying it in US. They are popularizing her. That's why she is important for your exam. Okay. There is another thing, although not. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, Anirudh. That's why popularly elected leaders like Modi and Trump are termed as fascist, because people have made fascism a banal event, a banal ideology. This will work. Yes, if he is against a certain section of people, it's normal. Okay. There is another connected theory that I'm reminded of, although it's not given in your syllabus, because the syllabus is not updated. Of course, optional syllabus is not updated every year. Not that GS syllabus is updated every year, but I expect a question. They might ask this: a banality of evil with something called post-truth. Now, what is post-truth? In 2017, it was chosen as the word of the year. I forgot the name of the think tank or the university, a very reputed one, which does that. Now, in ideologies, we study about liberalism, conservatism, socialism, Marxism, everything. There is something called postmodernism also. And then there is something called post-truth, which is a very new phenomenon. Now, how do they explain post-truth? Again, when a guy like Trump wins, and when Stanford University's professors say that there is a 99% chance that Hillary Clinton will win, when CNN IBN comes with a analysis, what they call exit poll, that we know that if Trump will be defeated like anything, here are the numbers. And they put up good bar graph, pie diagram, that from Florida, she will be getting this much vote, there will be swing vote, all sort of cephalogist analysis. And then comes the result and Trump wins. How do they explain this? One is from Hannah Arendt work, that yes, evil has been normalized. Second, they say post-truth. What is post-truth? We'll see in some other class, but it is very, they can connect this question and ask it, because it is a very contemporary thing. For the moment, I can tell you that post-truth is something that what I am saying is truth, what you are believing and you are able to execute the same is post-truth. Why did Modi win? Because he engaged into propaganda. Okay, there was an unprecedented level of marketing in both 2014 and 19. I hear this from people who are teaching in the university, some of my friends, that he won because the level of advertisement that was done by BJP in 2014 and 19 was unprecedented. He was made a larger than life figure. Okay, everywhere he was seen, on pamphlets, on billboards, on Man Ki Baat, on televisions, on social media. They have dominated. My question is, what stopped others? What stopped his rival? Didn't Congress engage with Cambridge Analytica? I hope you are aware of it. A whopping, I'm told, 100 crore rupees. Post-truth, not post-truthism. Post-truth. We will discuss it at the end of ideologies. After I'm done with IPT, I'll come to ideologies. So wasn't where other people financially handicapped? Congress engaged Cambridge Analytica, okay, for a whopping 100 crore rupees, and then it's just one guy who engages into propaganda. What are others doing? So this phenomena is post-truth, where certain section of people are made to believe that this leader is very good, this ideology is very good, this product is very good. We are living into post-truth era. The victory of Donald Trump and Narendra Modi has convinced the elites of our times that we are living into post-truth, because they are the repository of entire wisdom. Majority of people are foolish, and they are so vulnerable that they easily are influenced by the propaganda. Okay, Swaminathan S. Ankleshwar Iyer. Heard this name? See, this subject is not confined to notes and books. No. That's MS Swaminathan. Green Revolution. No, not that guy. I guess you were too small at that time. When I was in school, I used to read Times of India, especially the Sunday Times, and there this column used to come, Swanomics. I think it still comes in Times of India, just that I don't remember when was the last time I read Times of India. It's a tabloid actually. So on Sunday Times, there was this column. When I was in school, I remember Swapan Das Gupta used to write, M.J. Akbar used to write, Gurcharan Das used to write, Swaminathan used to write, Shashi Tharoor was writing a column, Shashi on Sunday. And I used to like that column a lot. Now you see a Bachchi Kakadi and a Shobha De writing in Times of India and a Sagarika Ghosh. I'm like, I'll stick to the Hindus ultra left. Okay. So the thing is that Swaminathan wrote an article that why Modi will never become Prime Minister. And he being what he is, writing in Sunday Times for the last maybe 15 to 20 years. So when something on the contrary happens, they take help of post-truth. Why? Because people were swayed, people were influenced, people are so innocent. Isn't this, does this not reek of elitism? What makes you think because you have fancy degrees or because you speak very good English and because you have been writing in a certain newspaper, you appear on certain channels, you are the repository of entire wisdom, and someone living in a village is devoid of all political correctness and all political knowledge? He or she is not making an informed decision. He or she is being carried away by the propaganda, and you are the only Buddha, the enlightened one. So how do they explain this? They explain it through post-truth. You see a similarity between post-truth and banality of evil? Yes or no? All of you understood this? Although post-truth is not given in syllabus, but still I expect that they might connect it with banality of evil and ask you a question for 15 to 20 marks. That's why I have explained it. That's why I have connected it. What went wrong? Yeah. And why such thing happened, which should not have happened otherwise. Okay. They will blame the rise of right wing. Okay. They will blame the Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi movement, the decision of Supreme Court. The print wrote an article that because there are statues of Hindu gods, that is what is killing the minorities in India. I mean, gods are supposed to protect you. Why are you being scared? So this is what how they connect with post-truth. They can ask a question in UPSC if because this subject has involved everything is a part of this subject. Banality of evil is okay with all of you. I can proceed to Indian political thought now. Why she has criticized modernity? Because she believes that modernity emphasizes on the economic aspect, totally neglecting the political aspect, and unreasonable reasons. See, that is what political thoughts are. Okay. What majority is doing, majority to idiot hai na, who are elite, Stanford University. Okay. What New York Times, Washington Post, Times of India, the Hindu. So if something happens to opposite of what they are believing in, that is post-truth propaganda. And she was a Jew and she defended a person who was responsible for the killings of lakhs of Jews. Entire world, Jews are believed to be not exactly killers, but they used to serve the Romans, and Romans actually killed Jesus Christ. So Jews were also believed to be killers of Jesus Christ, and that's why entire Europe and USA used to hate Jews until Second World War happened. They were prosecuted in such inhumane way that there was a pro-Jew wave in Europe and USA. And today, America and Europe are pro-Israel and pro-Jews. So something that turned entire Europe and US in favor of Jews, and she being a Jew is saying that it was not because of him, but because of society. Because society had programmed him in such a way that he could not apply his critical reasoning, and he was such a thoughtless bureaucrat. He just executed what he did. He's innocent. Okay. Banality of evil reigns. Can we now stop it? Can we now, are we done with this now? If you are asked to explain banality of evil, you can write that. And how is it related to post-Jew? Actually, I'll frame a question when we'll cover political ideologies. And then if you're not, I think when we will have some notes on this post-truth, then you will be able to write the answer. Okay, having explained both these things to you, do you not see a connection between these? And post-truth, a natural corollary of Hannah Arendt's banality of evil? Yeah. Prashant Bhushan is the entire repository of wisdom, as I tell you. Okay, he is the one who knows everything. Rest of the India is idiot. There have been just two smart people, Prashant Bhushan and his Bap Shanti Bhushan. Rest everyone is complete crap. I mean, he's critical of Modi, he's critical of Rahul Gandhi, he's critical of Kejriwal. Okay, don't take these people seriously. Okay, now ending it here, I'm starting with the Indian political thought. Let us come to the original, the land of political thought, the land of Dharma Shastra and Dharma Sutra and Artha Shastra. What the Manusmriti said and what the Yajnavalakya Smriti says. Okay, what the Vedas said, what Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Let us start. You have to write a bit. I'll do a brief sketch. I'll draw a brief sketch, and I have to do these things, and I would not have been able to do these things the way I wanted on PPT through a digital pen. That's why I took out my cap so that I can draw flowcharts today. This is the first class of Indian political thought. So yes, why not? Why not? Bilkul. Why shouldn't your hostel name be named Yajna Walakya? When we can have a Periyar hostel in JNU, he was a bigot. No, don't get me started. Okay, leave. Let us right. Let us confine to our exam. Let us start with the Indian political thought. Now, why I said certain things about Periyar. Hopefully, we'll meet. Then I'll let you know. EVM Periyar, idiot. Now, let us see what is Indian political thought. Same. Now, he had the audacity to say that go inside the temple and kill the Brahmin. I mean, is it not a call for genocide? And he's a reformer. Leave him. Indian political thought. Now, nowhere other than India, okay, humans have dealt with all questions of human life in such details. This was Max Muller. He's the one who said this. Neglect of, I can use IPT for Indian political thought. That's Maurice Jones. So see how these Europeans are having such opinion about Indian political thought. Okay. Now there's this. You can note it down. Can note it down. Note it all of you. I can rub this. These are European political thinkers. Max Muller has also written much on history. Now there are certain terms like Hindi लिख दूं समझ जाते हो ना. I have written in English also. Along with that, I have used the Devanagari script. Now, you will never come across the exact European translation of these terms. ऐसा है ही नहीं. You cannot do that, right? So this is very unique thing. That is, these three terms are very unique to the Indian political thought, which is not find anywhere. Quickly note this. Noted. Any questions here? Now, something more we need to ponder over here. That major Indian traditions. So ancient Indian kind of, you can say, traditions can be essentially segregated into Hinduism and Buddhism. Now, again, an interesting thing here is that this Buddhism isn't entirely different from Hinduism. Okay, it is often said to be the rebel child of Hinduism, right? It is said that Buddhism is the rebel child of Hinduism, and it is critical of Brahmanism, critical of rigid caste system. This is what Buddhism is extremely critical of. Noted? 2 minutes, note it down. Now, no, Jainism does not focus much on political things. That's why not here. Buddha would say that. Buddha talks about how conduct is to be done. Now, there are two things, Dharma Shastras, and there is Dharma Sutra. Okay, not Dharma Sutra, it is actually kind of Danda Shastra. Now, Dharma Sutra Shastra would be something like Manusmriti, and here you can say Artha Shastra, the book by Kautilya. Now, Dharma and Dand. Dharma and Dand are the two essential central ideas in Hindu political thought. Okay. Now, what is Dharma Shastra? Here, focus would be on what? The contemplation over dharma. Dharma, righteousness. Contemplation means thinking. Okay. Here, focus is on danda. Now, what is danda? It says, yes, punishments. So here also, even in Dharma Shastra, there can be danda. But if this is Dharma Shastra, if this is like this is one, this is two. So if this is Dharma Shastra, this would entire thing will be dharma. Danda would be somewhere around the circumference on the periphery. And same thing is here. If this is Danda Shastra, entire thing, then danda would be here and dharma would be somewhere on the circumference or the periphery. Okay. So in Dharma Shastra, dharma is the core. In Danda Shastra, dand is the core idea. Did you understand this? Of course they go hand in hand. How can there be dharma without danda? Even Machiavelli has said, in the absence of good weapons, laws cannot be enforced. And if laws are not enforced, there will be anarchy. Archita, just note it down what I have written here quickly. Now listen, Archita, listen. Your net was lost, so you listen. that Indian political thought can be divided into two, Dharma Shastra and Danda Sutra. Now, what is Dharma Shastra? What is Danda Sutra? It says that in Dharma Shastra, like Manusmriti, Dharma is the core, Dand is on the periphery, on the circumference. And in Dand Shastra, the Danda or punishment. Danda is, there are theories of punishment, okay? Danda is the core and Dharma, that is righteousness. Dharma is righteousness. You can write this. Dharma would be righteousness. Can others hear me? Can others hear me? Archita, there seem to be some issue at your end because all the others can hear me. Can be able to define the difference between justice and punishment. We'll do that. Not here, but yes, we'll of course come to it. That is part of something else. We have to see theory of punishment also. We have to see theory of punishment also. So there we will discuss this. Now, one more thing. Important thing. Okay, now you can hear. Good. I'm rubbing it. Okay. वैसे भी यहाँ मैंने कुछ लिखा नहीं था खास. Now, one thing you need to understand. How many of you have heard about Manusmriti? I think all of you have, right? How many of you have read it? Shreyas, you have read that? Wow. What you heard? You have read few Upanishads. My God, I think you can take Indian political thought better than me. You can teach better. So when we talk about Manusmriti, it's written by Manu. Now, who is Manu? Shreyas, can you tell us who is Manu? You have read Manusmriti? Yes, son of Brahma. And he's like, you understand what is Manasputra? Brainchild, born from his brain. Yes, in Hinduism, Brahmaji created 16 sons and one daughter from his mind. They were also called Prajapati, right? Manasputra means it is said that 16 such children were called Prajapati collectively. So he is the Manasputra of Brahma. Okay, now you all know who is Brahma. Brahma is the creator of universe, and this universe runs on Reet. Reet would be cosmic laws. Dharma is law. Now, cosmic law and law are different. Okay, to protect cosmic law, you make certain laws. To protect Reet, you make dharma. You follow dharma. Noted, all of you? Reet is the cosmic law. Procedure is different. Okay, I'm waiting. Reet was later on replaced by the term dharma. See, you just don't get confused into all these things. Just one write you can write here. Just write this what I'm writing. Don't let us not complicate these things. The philosophy is too deep. We are not going to that. During Vedic era, word Reet meant cosmic laws. Later, it was called dharma. After Vedic era was gone, Rita became dharma. That's it. Next line you can write here. Exact difference between Rita and Dharma is elusive. Okay. So the question is why this replacement happened? Why instead of Reet, it was substituted with Dharma? Because it is believed. What is Reet? Reet means the cosmic law, right? This term is kind of natural, you can say it, causality. Reet would be natural causality, while this would be moral concerns, right? Now, please keep noting, and you will understand each and everything. Don't worry that these are complicated things. What are we studying? No, just keep making this flowchart and keep listening to what I'm telling you. So, human beings, the normal mortals, okay, we are not Manu or Brahmaji, right? So, human beings are what are us? We are mortal beings. We are biological creatures born out of biological process rather than being a Manas Putra or Putri, right? Biological creatures born of natural process. You all agree to this? You all understand this? Right. The thing is, we have prana. Prana is breath. Okay, we have the prana, and we also have a soul, a mind. So we are responsible for what we do. We are responsible for what we do because apart from prana, that is breath. Okay, we have mind, we have soul, and we can reason out things through our mind. Okay, so responsibility is applicable to humans. Okay, actually because of these three things, it can be deduced that man isn't fully incorporated into world of natural causality. Okay, so that is why we need to follow moral concerns. Note it down and let me know. Okay, I'm waiting, Sam, and let me know if you understood. Noted? No, don't get confused, please. See, human beings are biological creatures. They are not completely in natural causality. They have their moral concerns because they have mind, they have soul apart from prana or breath. Human beings are not fully incorporated into the world of natural causality. What is natural causality here? Natural causality is something that happens in nature with your mind, soul, and prana contributing nothing to it. Can you make a fruit ripen and fall from the tree? You cannot. Can you make a flower bloom? You cannot. You cannot do any lively process. Once the flower is falling, or you can pluck the flower, it will become dead. Then you can do what you want with it. You can pluck the fruit. You can do what you want from it. You can cut the tree, make furniture out of it. But can you grow a tree like in a day or two from a seed? You cannot. So there are things in natural causality which me and you cannot do. We are not transcendentals. We are human. We are this worldly. So because we are this worldly and our mind and soul must be acting, see, you cannot do such things. Yes, man is like any other life performing its functions. Man cannot regulate the natural laws. Forget regulating, man cannot even fully understand the natural laws. Even today, there are so many hidden mysteries man is trying to unlock, but still we don't know much. You don't know this or not. There are several things which are unknown to humans. So because we are this worldly, we have moral concerns. We must be responsible for our own actions. Okay, we must be responsible for our own actions. Now you understood? Krishna, I can have this now. Now, thing is, Manu is also first law maker. Okay. Now there is something called Shruti, and does these terms remind you of someone in your school and college? Because these are the very famous names of girls. Every class has a Shruti or a Smriti. So let us try to understand. Oh my God, your crush. Which one, Shruti or Smriti? Shruti. Okay. So let us try to understand the meaning of Vishnu Sharma's crush. Okay. Okay, we'll see this. Shruti reveals. Vishnu, pay attention. Else your crush might crush you. Revealed knowledge. And this will be a cosmic revelation. Okay. Entire knowledge of Vedas was based on it. Like, and Smriti is, based on Shruti. This was like two types of text we have. One is Shruti, the next is Smriti. No, this was, we have all set of Smritis like Manusmriti is there, Yajna Valakya Smriti is there, Narad Smriti is there. Few names you need to write. Brihaspat Smriti is there. This is the most prominent one. Okay, that's the most prominent one here. Now, Shruti means you tend to, earlier things were not written. With us, no, Smriti is, Shruti is memorizing. Okay, Shruti is memorizing. Vedas, I'll tell you something. This will be clear once and for all. Vedas are said to be, and they were composed earlier, but compiled later. It means they have been composed long back, but they were compiled means written form very late. So how we know? Through Shruti. The entire thing was memorized with exact syllabi, and it was transferred from the Guru to the Shishya. Okay, this is how it was done. Based on Shruti. Oral tradition. Now Smriti, once you kind of memorize things, only then you can have a memory, right? So that's why Smritis will always be based on this. So all these Manu Smriti, these are, what are these? These are law books. These are the law books. So where will law come from? Law will come from Vedas. How do you know Vedas? Through Shruti. So then you give the law codes based on those Shrutis, based on the Vedic Shrutis. In civil services also, you go for both Shruti and Smriti both. You need to memorize certain thing, then you need to infer. So that inference is with Smriti. Understood, all of you? Yes, yes, of course. They thought that if we write it down, it can fall into wrong hands. You have seen many people like what? Memorized Vedas. Okay, yes, of course. Vedas are, that's how it's done. And then there are very, very, kind of Vedang is there. Before you can study Veda, you need to be very thorough with Vedang. So these are the things that we have to see here. This is what Indian political thought is, and I'll explain it more Of course, I'll explain it through slides now. Today was the first class of IPT. That's why I did this way, and we'll move tomorrow.